nein, doch, nein, doch, nein, doch. Was? So why did I leave my country? No, we're not doing that again.
Channel 9, Channel 9.
Germany, though. Germans humbled me. First, by how fast and how far they walk. It's incredible. You go on a date, you walk. You go meet your friend, you walk. Mostly what you do is walk. But you don't just walk, you march. And they do not play with you. But in the end, you learn that this is amazing. And second, they're very analog. Proudly analog. I tried to pay with my phone once, and the cashier looked at me like I had offered him gold teeth. I know, now it's different, but when I came to Munich, it was really like you always had to carry cash with you all the time. People really looked at you like you had some disease if you were like, mit Karte, and they're like, nein, mit bar. And you were like, I'm really sorry. It was also really surprising to me because when I moved here, it's like 2016, you had to verify yourself by post. As in, you took your passport to the post office so that the guy could look at you and go, yes, you do exist. You may have a bank account now. Pretty interesting. And then I talked to one of my colleagues because I think Germany now has a digitalization department in their government. And I was like, haha, you losers. Who needs that? And he very smartly said, Ella, listen, we don't need this thing. That's why everything is half functional in Germany, because it hurts, but it doesn't hurt enough for us to really want to fix it. Things are pretty good. But in South Africa, the reason you have some of the best banking services in the world all digitized is because you need it. That was very painful. Anyway, the real thing you want to see in Germany is when the Germans calm down. Oktoberfest. So ignore the fact that the Oktoberfest, a lot of Germans actually leave because they don't want to be in the city with expats, and that Starkbierfest is way better if you want to get an authentic experience, but Oktoberfest is amazing. It's this huge festival that started in the 1800s because a king got married, I think it was Ludwig II, and it was just like a week of partying, hardcore partying, that has kept up until now. I think I only went to Oktoberfest twice because not my vibe, partially because I embarrassed myself so badly the first time I went. I went there with all of my German language studying buddies, and then someone came to me and they were like, I heard that you are South African. I was like, yes, I am. 2 masses in. By the way, masses, it's a liter of beer. It's stronger than normal beer. It's very dangerous. Anyway, so 2 masses in and someone goes, I heard you were from South Africa. And this guy starts to tell me about our food, our weather, how beautiful my country is. And I started to cry because I tend to avoid anything South African when I move. I cried so hard that the whole class behind me was like, oh my God, what happened? And I went, ich hab Heimweh, which means like, I'm homesick. And everyone was like, oh, no, have some of my beer. I woke up the next morning laughing, literally, ha! And then like, holy cow, how did I get home? So yeah, don't underestimate Oktoberfest. It is a fantastic thing. And the Germans, bless them, they're very lovely. They didn't have to give me CPR. I laughed, I drank, I woke up in bed, still laughing. And Germany surprised me the most when it comes to home. Like, they split their country in half because there was the whole like DDR and Western Europe, and you can still feel it with Germans. Someone from like Berlin is definitely not someone from Schwabenland. Frankish German is not the same as someone from Bayern, but they have this like real Germanness. And Germans, I'm sorry, you can ask expats about this. There's something sweet that unites you, and I think one of the things that makes me really like interested in the way Germany handled this is how it handled its baggage. I think it as a home does things really, really well.
When you travel through Germany, even if you don't go to museums, you cannot escape the past of both Berlin and what Germany did. You know, there are monuments scattered throughout the city, prominent monuments. They're memorializing what Germany did to millions of Jewish people and millions of other people around the world. You see it, you understand it, they talk about it. You know, they teach their kids about it. They teach children in school. They're like, hey, this is what Germany did. They make sure they know. But they don't make them feel guilty about it, which is a pretty amazing balance for them to strike, you know. They'll say to the kids, they're like, hey, kids, I hope you understand. Germany did this. You're not responsible because you weren't there. However, because you're the future of Germany, it's your responsibility to make sure this doesn't happen again.
So yeah, maybe home isn't about belonging perfectly or having the perfect identity. Maybe it's just about belonging awkwardly, but fully. So yeah. And hey, if you've ever dropped a chopstick onto someone else's table, licked your plate, or cried into a beer, let's be friends on this channel. Say bye, Terine. Bye, Terine. Let's say the good.